What is stopping you from achieving your dreams? On this channel, on this podcast, on all of my social media, I talk a lot about the concept of just starting. That's what the brand is built around. That's what the vision behind my mission is. It's to get people to just start. Whatever they want to do, just start. And, in a journey that you would go on, let's say you do just start and you go on to achieve massive things, there are so many variables that can come into play. And the only thing is, there is one constant, and that is that you will face obstacles and challenges throughout your journey. Um, and I think so many people use these obstacles as an excuse for why they didn't do anything or why they didn't achieve their thing. You might have a situation where people would say, that this person got lucky and they didn't have to face what I face, or some people are just made to be average. And then the one that really kills me is that I just don't have time to do it. And I think the main concept and idea behind this video and this podcast in particular, is that this came to me after a pretty tough week, a pretty busy week. Anyone who kind of really knows me or has been in contact with me knows that I've come back to college and that I've been extremely busy, and which is good. I'm not talking bad about it. I want to be busy. I want to be out doing things, and I'm extremely glad that that's the case. But I did feel slightly overwhelmed this week, um, mainly because the full extent of what has to be done kind of only hit me in the last couple of days. And like I said, it's a good thing. I keep saying that this pressure is a privilege, and I have to embrace it. But I have these massive dreams and these massive goals for this brand and what I want this brand to be and look like in the future. And although, you know, people say like the perfect time to start anything is in college because you've so much free time, I could easily say, you know, oh, I'll just start building the brand when I get home, or I'll just start building the brand when I do XYZ. And even some people have said to me, like, maybe it's a good idea to take a step back from the brand to focus on college, which probably for normal people might be the right thing to do. But I'm built different. No, I'm joking. I I love it, and that's the reason why I do it. And when if I go back to the sayings of what people would say, I'm just too busy to do the thing. I'm too busy to work on my dream. It's like, come on, man. Do you really want it? That's the thing. Most people who achieve their goals will just have this burning desire to do it. And without that burning desire, you probably won't get up every morning to build it. You won't get up every morning to work 12-hour, 16-hour days. And, for me right now, I'm in kind of in that stage where I go to class, I have back to back to back to back classes every day. I have homework to do on top of that. I have my internship that I do. I have 12, 10 hours a week to do that every single week. Um, I have obviously the study that I'm going to be the study that I'm going to be running. It's pretty complex. Maybe I'll talk about it in another podcast or whatever. But um, like I said, I could use all these things as a crutch and as an excuse for, why I'm not achieving my goal or why I'm not taking the steps to achieve my goal. And again, to me, you could look at it like, in my opinion, I could look at college as an obstacle for building the brand and building the vision of the brand that I want to build. And a lot of people would say that's completely valid. You know, um, the obstacle for you, maybe your dream isn't necessarily to build this massive brand. Maybe it's to just get good grades or whatever it may be. The obstacle is probably going to be different to you, but you will face these challenges and these obstacles regardless of what your goal is. And to some people, You may be faced with emotions and feelings of like you're not good enough. Maybe you just don't believe in yourself. Maybe you just, you're scared of what other people think, which is a killer. And maybe you're just embarrassed that, you know, if you fail, you'll be extremely embarrassed, and you'll feel like such a failure. Um, and like I said, these are all valid excuses if you don't want to achieve anything in your life. If you want to throw out these excuses, then fine. But the people who actually did do something with their life, and the people who really, like I said, had that burning desire, they were also scared of what other people thought of them. They were also scared of, you know, the opinions of others, and they probably didn't believe in themselves either at some point. You do have to have a certain level of belief in yourself to be able to go and do it. But at the start, when you're just starting out, there's definitely no real belief in yourself. Um, and I'm sure all these people failed too. I'm sure these people failed hundreds of times. I think one of my professors told me the other day that Thomas Edison, who created the light bulb, failed 1,000 experiments. Can you imagine that? His vision was so clear, and his idea around building this light bulb was so clear that he failed 1,000 times. That's, if he done one experiment every single day, that's what? Over 3 years of failures every single day. And now you look around you, his invention is everywhere. So, all of these people who I could name, the list could go on and on and on, but all of these people who actually went out and done something and made something of themselves had those exact same feelings too. Um, so it's important that you just go and do it anyway. Um, you know, I, like I said, have this vision of what I want to achieve, and the way that I done it and the way that I recommend that you do it is you need to map out the path, the rough path that you think you should take to achieve your goal. I think this path will sway a lot, which is good. It's the exact same as me when I kind of laid the foundations of who I wanted to become, was more so the vision for myself, and the brand has kind of come off of that. But spend time with yourself, and quiet your mind, and truly map out the somewhat direction of where you want your life to go and where you want your vision to bring you. And I think it's important, beside that, is to map out all of the obstacles that you will face along the way. Being aware of these challenges and these obstacles that you will face is half the battle. So by mapping them out beforehand and being almost prepared for them when they come is key. And I think, like I said, they're being prepared, but being ready for them, because they're gonna come. Obstacles will be thrown in your face, and that's okay. I always say that obstacles are a challenge, of course, but they're a opportunity to show you how much you've grown. And I think when you map out this direction, and when you map out all the obstacles, you'll be faced with a couple of questions. You can ask yourself, can I smash through this obstacle? If you can, then do it. Go straight through. Continue to push, and you'll be faced with another obstacle down the line. And if you can't smash through it, can you go around it? Can you find a way to change some sort of path or the direction around, so that maybe you don't have to deal with this obstacle? And the third thing is that if you can't smash through the obstacle, and if you can't go around the obstacle, maybe it's just not the right time. Maybe this obstacle is too great for you right at this moment in time. And I think when you understand that, you can pivot. You can just turn around and say, okay, maybe I'm not ready for this obstacle right now. Maybe I haven't learned enough about myself, about the world, about this problem, that I'm just not able to tackle this obstacle right now. And that's perfectly fine. This happened to me when I tried to start the software company about a year ago. I realized that I just wasn't skilled enough to be able to build it. I also found out that the AI technology, wasn't available at the time, and funnily enough, now it is. A year later on down the line. So imagine what it's going to be like in a couple of years. We'll check back in on that in a couple of years. But like I said, if you can't push through and if you can't go around, maybe that's fine. Turn around, pivot, learn to go again. And that's completely fine. Like I said, it's going to happen a couple of times. And whatever this journey may be for you, whether it's, chasing your dream sport or becoming an athlete, or whether it's becoming a writer or a painter or whatever it may be, again, it doesn't matter. But you're gonna be faced with these obstacles and you're gonna be faced with these challenges. And, you know, I think it's important that you understand and you're aware that they're gonna happen. So I know it's probably short enough, but I'm enjoying these intimate kind of chats where I can just waffle to the camera. If you didn't know, the camera's on. But I really do think that obstacles are a key learning opportunity for you, whatever your goal is. I always say you have to start. Doesn't matter what you know or how little you know, you have to start and you have to continue to push. You can always do more, you can always push harder. And when you're faced with these obstacles, there's three things that you can do. It's that you can smash your way through them, break them down, and go through them one by one. You can go around them, find a different path to take so that you kind of miss it altogether, or you just learn that you're not quite ready to tackle that obstacle right at this moment in time. So you can turn around, pivot, and then find another path. So I'm going to close out this by asking you again. Simple question. What is stopping you from achieving your goals? I'll see you in the next one.